Hey, that lady, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping through and checking out this video. You must have been looking up, researching alternatives to a hysterectomy. If you are anything like me, you have definitely utilized these YouTube streets to see your options. Oh my goodness. As you may know or may not know, I am a woman of a certain age. I am 51 years young, and with age comes a lot of changes, changes internally and externally. And so this past year and a half, I've been experiencing some internal changes, changes with my very predictable, very reliant cycle. And my cycle has really turned into a nightmare. Oh my goodness. It made me not trust my body anymore. I just didn't know what was going to happen. I was leery of leaving the house when I was on my cycle. It was a whole situation. Every time I went to the bathroom, it was just a lot going on that I did not prefer. Oh, no, I did not. And so going to my gynecologist, she told me that I'm not even really in premenopause yet. I'm still kind of good to go. I probably could have another baby if I wanted to. And, that's not going to happen. But I was like, that's all well and good, but we have to do something about this. So the last time I went, she did an ultrasound and recognized that there are two large fibroids on my uterus. And with that, she said that's the reason my cycles have been so aggressive. And she recommended a hysterectomy. It was going to be invasive. I would have to stay in the hospital 2 to 3 days, recover 4 to 6 weeks. And you know what? At that time, because of all the experiences I've had with my cycle, I said, sign me up. Where do I sign up? What do I need to do? Can this happen yesterday? I just don't ever want to see another cycle like I've been having again, whatever it takes. And I don't know if I was over anxious or what, but she definitely slowed my roll. It's a process just like anything else. You have to go through your blood work, you have to do the scheduling. And now with C19, it's not just, whenever you want, you can go and get a non-emergency surgery. So it was so much waiting, so much back and forth. And in the midst of all that, my husband expressed his concern saying, he'd prefer if I was vaccinated or that more people received vaccinations before I went into the hospital to have a procedure done. And it just seemed like one thing after another. But in the meantime, I was still like keeping my feet moving, trying to figure out how I can salvage my body in some kind of way. And looking at the videos that I had pulled up on YouTube about hysterectomies and seeing the recovery, I was not excited about the pain. I was not excited about the things that goes on with your pelvic area. They were talking about pelvic therapy would be necessary and just a lot, constipation and, all that. I just was not excited for that. So I started telling friends, of my situation, maybe hopefully that they could give me some great advice, something else I could try. And so I hope I am that lady for you to help you figure something else that you can try, especially if you are in that waiting pattern. It's one of those, why not? Why not try something else in the meantime? So I was talking to a friend and telling her like I am green light, I am having a hysterectomy. And she said, Sherry, have you really, researched other avenues? And I said, I kind of did. I haven't had a lot of time to do so. And, just seems easy, just get it over and done with. So many women that have had hysterectomy, so it's not something that's so odd. I mean, every other woman I know basically have had some form or fashion of a partial hysterectomy, just whatever. So she said, well, you might want to try this. I'm not saying your situation is the same as mine, but after I had my son, I experienced extremely heavy bleeding, and I went to seek out this opportunity. Now, I did a video already on this other opportunity with this, which is the Chai Yolk V Steam experience. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm just kind of giving you a little groundwork on my next option that I've tried, and I've collaborated the two, and I'm not sure which one has helped the most, but together I think these two methods have been powerful enough that as of today I can say I don't believe I need a hysterectomy. And I'm gonna tell you why. So I did the V steam, okay, and I'm going to continue to do that every month just to kind of rejuvenate, to detox my uterus, my vaginal area, everything. I mean, that experience is beyond it's beyond any kind of frilly thing you can think of. You know, I know it's called a spa treatment, and it is, because it's definitely pampering to you, but it's also a health issue. It's a health benefit for you. So I just want to put that out there. And I'm going to leave the link to the Chioke that I went to in Charlotte. They have them all over, but I preferred the one I went to because the woman I went to got trained in Africa. She's been doing this for 15 years, and she's just very personable. That's all she does. She's not putting on lashes or doing waxing or anything like that. It's strictly the Chioke experience. So the next thing that I tried is nutrition. I always believe that there is a root cause to everything, and doctors are always so quick to want to remove something, give you some kind of medication, you know, stitch something up, but they don't ever want to get to the root cause. And there is a root cause for everything. And I realized that with my daughter. One of my daughters was having challenges with her skin. And of course, I've taken her to her regular doctor and the dermatologist numerous times regarding this. And yeah, some of the things they've given her, her skin may have cleared up, but it always shows up back up. And I've always asked, well, where do you think it's coming from? You know, don't just give us the diagnosis. This is not ALS where there's no cause or cure. There's a cause for just about everything. So why is this happening? And they would never really want to deep dive into the why. So I decided this last time with her skin to take her to a chiropractor. And I know you're probably like, a chiropractor? What she need to get cracked and adjusted for? What's going on? Well, this chiropractor also performs Eastern medicine, and she goes to the root cause of your situation. And so I was very familiar with her. I do have another YouTube channel, and I interviewed her on there, and I was always impressed with the work that she has done, but I just never, I guess, had an emergency enough. Wasn't that bad? I had never had an emergency enough to actually go to her. And now this is an emergency. So I took my daughter to get her skin checked out, and she did a body scan on her. My daughter had to bring all of her vitamins, skin products, and things that she used on a daily basis to this appointment. And the doctor literally took all of the things that she bought and tested it on my daughter's body. Not literally putting it on her body, but putting it against her body to see how her body reacted. Was that item something that was going to support her body, or was it not? And turns out, I want to say my daughter may have had 14 items, maybe 3 or 4 of them only are going to be good for her. And then from there, she was able to determine which vitamins would support my daughter. And the root cause of her skin was that her liver needs to be detoxed, and she has yeast in her body that needs to be released as well. And so she provided her with vitamins to support her system as well as her skin. And within a couple of days, I started to notice a huge difference in my daughter's skin as well as her energy. And so I was like, you know what? I wonder if she can help me with my situation with my uterus. So I made an appointment, and I only take like 3 types of vitamins. I take vitamin D, iron, and a very low dose of high blood pressure. And my vitamin D levels a couple of years ago was so low, I had to take like 50,000 whatever once a week for 3 months. And then when they retested my vitamin D levels, they were back to normal, but they wanted me to remain on a vitamin D regimen. And so they prescribed, like a regular vitamin D, pill for me. Well, that vitamin D pill, after she did all the testing on me, is not supporting me at all. That one was like at 1,000, and I needed 5,000 to support my needs. Um, she also determined that I needed 3 other vitamins, and I'm going to go over what those vitamins are just to kind of give you an idea. And she made, she put them in combination form. She talked to my body to determine how often throughout the day I would need to take these vitamins and how many and for how long. And I'm trying to tell you, I have so much energy now. I am sleeping completely through the night without waking up. I am waking up feeling rested. I am wanting to do more, get out more. I just feel so revitalized. And I'm going to tell you at the end what really made me a lifetime member or a lifetime customer, a lifetime client, patient for this nutrition journey that I am on. And first, let me go into the supplements that she provided me. And now, please bear with me with the pronunciation of some of the words. But first of all, the name of the chiropractor, her company is Total Touch Chiropractic Wellness Center, and it is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Her name is Dr. Renee Gilmore, and this is the body scan results that I have, well, the supplements that work for my body. So I am now taking Livton Complex, and Livton is it has 5 herbs that support the digestive system, support healthy liver and gallbladder function, support the normal processing of hormones in the body, encourage healthy digestive function, enhance healthy bowel function, encourage the healthy function of the organs of elimination, helps maintain healthy blood. So during my body scan, she also recognized that I need to detox my liver, that I have high levels of estrogen, and my calcium and magnesium was very low, and I have stress. And so, everything on here is supporting those challenges that I have. The next supplement is Wild Yam Complex. And Wild Yam Complex helps to provide relief from discomfort associated with menopause, promote a natural, healthy balance within the mature female endocrine system, maintain feelings of general well-being, balance and support normal female physiology and function, calm the nerves and restore balance, temporary mood swings, provide antispasmodic activity to ease occasional spasms of smooth muscle associated with the menstrual cycle. Now, as women, even as women of a certain age, especially, you think as your children get older. I mean, my youngest just turned 19, and, you thinking, oh, we're empty nesters now and everything, that life is just going to be smooth sailing, but it's still so much to do, so much to accomplish. I'm in graduate school. I have a full-time career. I have businesses and, my children and my husband. And so it's a lot going on, a lot of things to juggle, a lot of timelines, time frames, and, just trying to keep everything in order. It can be challenging. Even if you feel that you have it all under control, I am very organized. I have things written down. I'm not really under pressure, but I do have deadlines. Even with being organized and everything, it's still a lot on your plate. And so sometimes you might be stressed and don't even know it, because I would never have considered myself as being stressed. Even Dr. Renee was surprised that I had such a high level of stress when she checked it. But that is one of the things that the wild yam complex supplement is going to really, really help. And I feel it. I feel very easy breezy and definitely at a different pace now as I go through. So the third supplement that I received is called the Drenamian. Drenamin. I'm trying to tell you I'm not good with the words, but Drenamin. And Drenamin supports the promotes healthy adrenal gland function, encourages a healthy response to everyday environmental stresses, and supports immune system function, maintains energy production, supports a balanced mood, contains a combination of key ingredients from cataplex C, cataplex G, and Drendophamin PMG. So if you are familiar with those last three words, then that's great. That's great. So I just wanted to come on here to let you know that that's the second thing that I added to my regimen, which was to have my body scan, become nutritionally aware, and take supplements that are specific to my needs, as well as the Chioke V Steam spa treatment to help so that I could possibly prevent from having to have a hysterectomy. So I want to report to you, this is the exciting part. I want to report that I have recently started my cycle, and it's so light I could possibly wear a panty liner. I have no cramping. My flow is just very normal to light, and it's the extreme opposite of what it was. I mean, I still feel like I can go out and exercise. I feel confident that if I had to go and be out in public, I can do that without even worrying or second guessing whether or not I'm safe and secure. I can sleep through the night on my stomach, on my back, not worrying about anything happening to anything. I don't feel like there's a crime scene every time I go to the bathroom. It's amazing. And I mean, let me see. I went to Dr. Renee at the beginning of March 9th. And so since March 9th, and because those supplements are natural, so they don't have all these other fillers that mean nothing, that get in the way of them really allowing your body to absorb them, I feel like, they are in my system. And on top of that, having gotten the vaginal detox through the V steam, as well as at the same time as the V steam, I also did a foot detox. So I feel like my body is clear of a lot of impurities. I mean, I'm sure I still have a long way to go, but if this is something that is real, I mean, it's what I'm experiencing now, and if it continues, I won't have to go under the knife. Like, that would be a game changer. So I want to tell you out there, if you are in a position where you have been diagnosed with having to have a hysterectomy, if you have heavy cycles, I had taken my daughters with me to get the V steam, and my oldest daughter is 20, and she used to have extreme cycles where she would have to have the heating pad on her stomach, take ibuprofen, and just always complaining about cramping, heavy bleeding. So I asked her, I said, have you had your cycle since we had the V steam? And she said, I have. And I was surprised because I didn't hear her complaining at all. So I said, really, how was it? And she said, it was good. It wasn't heavy. I didn't have a lot of cramping. So it was a lot better than it normally is. So even if you have a young adult daughter or niece or friend, and that they always complain about heavy bleeding and cramping, this is definitely a much better alternative to birth control. I know a lot of doctors want to prescribe birth control to young girls to help them with bleeding and cramping for their monthly. And I really feel like birth control, and I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that, so don't take this for that. But what I am saying is I'm thinking that especially in my era, that women that have been on birth control, a lot of us have had our first pregnancies were miscarried. And I'm wondering if it's those hormones that birth control puts into you, to stop the eggs from falling. And then I'm wondering if the young girls, what is it going to do to them when they've gotten on the birth control early too? Some of them have issues like with fibroids and reproductive challenges. So you just don't know, putting all these foreign things. I know that they are, were scientifically created, whatever, but still, we have to be very careful of what we put into our temple. And if we can put things that are more natural herbs, remedies that, are more supportive to the root cause and not just putting a band-aid over it, I believe that it can be a healing. Our bodies were designed to heal themselves. Nature has everything that we need to heal us. So we have to start taking advantage of that and not always going under the knife. Now, I am hopeful that all the changes that I am noticing right now continue. I hope that this is not a one and done. I hope that it continues on, because if so, then I will not have to schedule that hysterectomy. But if I do have challenges, moving forward, months down the road from now, trust me, I will go back and revisit that option. That's the thing about life. We have options, but why not take the safer option? Why not take the more natural option first? Give that a shot and then, move forward. But regardless, with the nutrition, I always wanted to know what would be right for me, for my body. What is right for you is for you, but it may not be for me. For instance, my daughter that got it done, she can't take vitamin E or vitamin C according to her body scan. And that's something that she was taking. So those might have been vitamins that you would think are great for you that were having an adverse effect possibly on her skin. That could have been a root cause. So understand what is right for you. Get as much specific information and knowledge that works for you. What works for your daughter, for your best friend, for your sister may not be for you. Get yours. I'm getting mine because you are that lady. I'm that lady. And that lady deserves to be treated special. So thank you so much for tuning in. And until we speak again, remember, first me, then you first. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.